I just want to kick this shit off by saying, fuck y'all. I ain't got to clear my name on a motherfucking thing. Every time I get mentioned, one of y'all bitch ass niggas get 24 hours of attention. Y'all goofy ass hoes look so dumb every time y'all celebrate fake news. Using my name for likes and views. I don't give a fuck what y'all make trend. Bitch, I still win.
I was born to walk through the fire. Yeah. My mama raised me to be. And if you knew my grandma, you'd understand what I mean. I was born for this mission. I do not need no permission to be who I was born to be. That's me.
The Megan Thee Stallion versus Nicki Minaj situation is so much deeper than meets the eye, and its spiritual significance completely went over your head. This is why you gotta stay prayed up. You gotta use your anointing oil or your dream oil, right? Get it from anybody. Just don't be a Nicki. Pray your psalms, stay prayed up, do your spiritual cleanses, and open your eyes. Do you realize that every time that Meg feels like her back is up against the wall, she uses a serpent reference, a snake reference, and snakes, they hiss to warn us to back off. The reference also points to her Creole roots, and she's letting the world know that she's not afraid to take it there. If you know, you know. Darling Nicki sealed her fate when she publicly requested Meg conjure up her late mother. She must have forgotten that we have the power to either condemn ourselves or uplift ourselves by our words. Y'all saw Nicki's rant and poor attempt at a comeback. Was it a mental health crisis in the making or something a lot more sinister? Time will only tell. I can tell you this, though. You don't ever tell a spiritual person to conjure the dearly departed. In doing so, you've already conjured them yourself. Like Whoopi Goldberg said in the movie Ghost, girl, you in danger.
Criminals, the princess of plunder, yours untruly. Right, Manx and Angora?
Right.
All over lately, I'd rather be crazy. Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down.
Everybody getting paid, right? Everything will be okay, right? I'm winning, so nobody tripping. Bet if I ever fall off, everybody go miss. At night, I'm sick.
The wall, where you
To be a warrior, you must kill your tears.
I can take it there. That's my voice so big.
All right, love. So even if I explain to you in the best light how these deities are riding for Meg, and I made like a little fact sheet collage video for you behind what I'm about to say, you still gonna have to go back and read up on the lore behind these deities and prominent historical figures to understand why they cloak Meg so heavily. Meg is a tall, athletic, headstrong, strong-willed, sexy, autonomous woman who is, whether we like it or not, impacting thousands of girls today and shit, grown-ass women. So the Glamazons, Amazon, the homie women, Nubia, which is Superwoman is based off of, Athena, all of those women like Meg or had a similar lore to Meg's are riding hard for Meg, making sure that she do not fail. That's why she's ascending so heavy right now. She's always going to be covered.
Random. Well, it's actually not random. I've actually known her ancestors since high school. I can go very deep in that. My mother and her mother actually had a private conversation one time, and I always wondered, like, what were our moms talking about over there in that corner? You know, like, what the fuck were they talking about? I always thought about that. And I'm not gonna go too deep into it because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, when I really like somebody or they're really favored by God, like, I go like it's just a lot of love on my end. But if there's anybody ancestors that I wouldn't play with besides mine, no, seriously, if there's anybody on this earth who ancestors I would not play with, it would be Megan the motherfucking Stallion. I'm not gonna lie. If there's anybody who ancestors I would not fuck with besides mine, oh, that's cool. But anyways, see how I didn't tell y'all that? Well, it just came to me because it's like I like to. But anyways, yeah, but I do got a message from them. They said come outside. We not.
Let's talk about the real tea behind why y'all don't like Megan Thee Stallion. Not only does she threaten patriarchy because she's a tall, strong, even written in the name Stallion, black woman, but she is literally the epitome and a perfect divine representation of an example of the matriarch. She stands tall, she stands proud in her sexuality as well, her sexual liberation and her sexual freedom. She's recently revealed in her documentary that came out not too long ago that men are objects to her. When do you ever hear a woman saying, because women are usually known for seeking emotional intimacy, and that is why they get taken advantage of by men in relationships and men cheat. Like her song, he lying to me and I'm lying to him, fuck it, guess we both ain't shit. She is literally a representation of the warrior archetype of the divine feminine consciousness. She is such an example of the matriarch that everything, the entire story having to do with men having attacked her is what she's battling right now. She's so karmically protected because every single tongue that has spoken against her, Drake, Tory Lanez, Chris Brown as well, who's recently been going through stuff because he aligns with that abusive male archetype, that crash out male archetype, because these men are not in touch with the true essence of the divine, which is feminine energy. It is the epitome of our experience, which I've explained in last videos. The emotion, the love, the things that keep us motivated to even operate in masculine polarities are feminine. That is the basis of our experience, is a feminine experience. These men who are not in tune with that, that's why they crash out and they don't like women like Megan Thee Stallion. So like I said, Chris Brown and DaBaby as well. Y'all know what type of karma DaBaby got. His whole career just like that. And guess what? He was one of the other people speaking against Megan Thee Stallion. We already know how Tory Lanez was parading against Megan Thee Stallion. Even when she was at a time where she was not even pursuing case against him. The state decided to convict Tory Lanez of his crimes and pursue a case against him. And Megan was called to the stand because the state was trying to convict him of a crime. But he was the one parading on social media, making threats, waving guns, waving weapons, and so on and so forth. While Megan wasn't saying nothing until it was time, after all the pressure, she finally came out and defended herself. And he was convicted of all crimes in court. As well as Nicki Minaj. Sorry, Barbs, but she had it coming. And do y'all know how many ancestors that woman got behind her when it comes to her going through stuff? That's exactly why synchronistically, she had 2 family members die around a very similar time when she was on the precipice of her very successful career. Y'all could see how y'all want to. She's also Life Path 5, so her life's purpose is literally to uplift and inspire other people. Life Path 5s need to have new experiences. They need to explore. They're very upbeat. They're very focused. They have to travel. They have to do new things all of the time. And that also speaks to her bisexuality. If I didn't say it already, which is why she's an exact archetype of the matriarch, because she is attracted to women and she can perfectly be with one, which is exactly why she views men as objects. Because it goes along with the saying where it's like men really belong with men and women really belong with women. And she's also an Aquarius, which is known as the water bearer in astrology. The water representing, well, first of all, Aquarius is ruled by technology, is ruled by friendships, is very eccentric in his thinking, is known to be the alien of the zodiac because it's so different and they don't feel like they're from this plane. Being the water bearer means that the water represents the divine flow of consciousness being able to be poured out by the specific person. Hopes and aspirations. Aquarius is also an air sign, so that means it's masculine, and its modality is thinking. It is the realm of the mind, which is why they make a perfect sign to be represented as the water bearer, pouring consciousness into reality. And water is a perfect representation of the flow of consciousness because the brain is associated with neuroplasticity, our brain's ability to expand, to transform, to absorb information, to grow. And we are made up of at least 97% of water. So that is why water is the perfect epitome and representation in order to convey the flow of consciousness. like a download or a stream, a water stream of information. So in some way, shape, or form, all of that, it represents truth. It represents being an epitome, an example of the ages that are coming into the 3D, that are manifesting themselves into this new earth, or 5D per se. So with that being said, Tory Lanez is also a Leo, which is Aquarius sister sign. So in order for these women to continue to be uplifted, and people within their feminine to continue to be uplifted and have whatever against these toxic male archetypes, this needs to happen because they're sister signs.
The archetypal energy of the karmic feminine versus the divine feminine is yet again at play for us to see on the world stage. And our characters are Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion. So what the Most High will do is she will use these celebrities as archetypal symbols. This is also playing out on the world stage in people's personal lives as well. The karmic feminine versus the divine feminine. I know I definitely can relate. 2023 allowed the masks to be ripped off. 2024, now it's like, now we're finna show you the ugly that was under the mask. 2024 said, now I'm really finna show you who really is who. Remember, the divine feminine is rising. So all of that we're seeing, people being exposed, masks falling off and slipping, and people looking real funny in the light, it's not any coincidence or mistake. And speaking of divine feminine and what I was saying, how the Most High will use these celebrities as archetypal representations, it's not a mistake also that Meg has been making songs about snakes and being pictured with snakes a whole lot more. None of this is a coincidence. Now, Spirit allowed me to tap into the energy a little bit last night. Meg has a lot of good karma that is coming to her. The divine feminine in general has a lot of good karma coming to her because karmic lessons and retribution has been a very big theme for the past few years in this age of Aquarius. And with the whole Tory thing and what went on and how she really did hold her head high in the face of adversity and controversy and criticism. And she did learn her own personal karmic lessons, Megan. So because of that, she has a lot. And when I say boom, pow, she's got a lot of good karma and energy coming towards her because of that. Spirit really is big on us learning our karmic lessons. That's how you gain favor. So these karmic archetypal energies, they know that you have favor. They know that you have so much light. They know that you have love in and without you. And they know that you have good things coming to you. And they know that they can't take it from you. They cannot do a single thing about the blessings and the favor that you have over your life. So what they will do is they will try to trigger you and say things about you, slander you, and pull you out of your character and get you to change your heart posture so that you trick yourself out of your own position and out of your own destiny. But as we're seeing, it's not gonna work, and it can't work. These energies are scrambling because their time is up. In 2024 is really about to show us what that looks like. So I hope y'all are taking notes.
Now you want to talk about mothers. Oh, the way Megan's ancestors about to really continue to go in for her on her behalf and theirs too. Baby, Nikki, have the year of the life that you deserve. I promise you, you will definitely reap that sowing and some. All I'm gonna say is, baby, keep hissing. Keep hissing. Keep on hissing. Ooh, baby.
And another thing, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, and I'm going to get off this topic, I promise. One thing Aquarius cannot stand are people who kick the underdog or people who punch down. Now, let me tell you something. I'm an Aquarius rising, okay? I have a slick mouth, okay? If you want a war with words, you want to avoid me because when we drag with intent and intelligence, and it's gonna burn and it's all gonna be true. So there's really nothing you can say. But usually when we drag, it's because you deserved it. This is why we don't pick fights. That's why we don't start fights. But we do finish them when you start them, okay? Megan has a bachelor's degree in science. Megan has 3 Grammys. Megan is only in her 20s. Megan has lost her father, her mother, and her grandmother. She's not even 30 and she's already an orphan. And she managed to accomplish all of that by herself, purely because of her drive, determination, and God's protection over her life. So for you, Nicki Minaj, to be so much older, to be making fun of this girl who got shot by somebody who has already been convicted of having shot her unnecessarily, and for making fun of her one good foot after she was assaulted, what does that say about your character? That's a bit callous, because what Megan said in her message was all facts. What you're saying is just rude and mean-spirited. And that's the thing about Sagittarius. When Sagittarius is low vibrational, they act like a Gemini. They act like they can say anything there's no consequences. But you're claiming to be a girl's girl and you're making fun of domestic violence. You're making fun of a girl who got shot. She literally had a weapon aimed at her and fired at her for doing nothing. And you guys dragged this girl and pretended like she was lying and making it up. Come to find out she was not lying. That's why he got convicted. And here you are still making fun of her for it after you claim she was lying. So which is it? Is she lying or did she get shot? Because it sounds like you believe she got shot. So she got shot, that is funny to you? Sagittarius is a sign of wisdom. Wisdom means we are smart. We use the information that we have to make smart decisions. Making fun of a woman who was the victim of domestic violence is not smart. And maybe that's why you have no Grammys and no bachelor degrees. I think karma is here, Nicki Minaj. I hate to say it, but yeah. Coming from Megan Thee Stallion is definitely the beginning of the end. You saw what happened to the person who shot her, right? When he tried to run this whole smear campaign about how she was lying. Yeah, we all know where he is now. Let's see what happens for you in the next 3 years.
Tory Lanez getting stabbed in jail situation should prove to everybody and should be a warning about the fact that some of us got ancestors on the other side who absolutely, positively do not play about us. Because there is nothing that you can say that won't convince me, that will convince me that this isn't all her grandmama and her mama. I know a grandmother's working when I see one. I know a protective mama's workings when I see one. Y'all gonna learn to leave people alone. Y'all gonna learn to leave people alone. Y'all gonna learn that a lot of us walking around looking like we are by ourselves are in fact not by ourselves. There are some of us who just cannot be fucked with because we're on a very particular mission. Watch who you play with out here. And some of y'all need to find somewhere safe to play. Because fucking with certain people is going to do nothing but get you fucked all the way up.
Okay, so I'm not picking sides, but what we are witnessing with Tory Lanez is exactly what the fuck happens when you go against people that got a strong spiritual team behind them. Like I said, I'm not picking no sides, but the way that he was coming at Meg, like the taunting and the arrogance, the social media games, like even now, child, Meg's grandma and her mama up there tearing his ass up.
How long you been worried about me telling people that's not me? Honestly, I kinda feel like you plotting, watching. Why is you speaking on me at my lowest when you acted like you ain't know? I was tripping, going crazy, and they low-key hating so they ain't gon' say shit. Damn, I finally see, I'm killing myself when bitches are die to be me. This pussy depressed, I'm about to stress him, yeah. Pignails round his neck, but this ain't domestic, ayy. Think it's going down, now he stand corrected, ayy. This pussy depressed, I'm about to stress him. I ain't going, yeah, no emotion. Ayy, back outside, yeah, back in motion. Ayy, he keep calling, I ignore it. He say I'm crazy, don't I know it?
I said this from jump, and it got mad. People got mad when I said it. Just not just men. Men and women got mad when I said it. See, I remember. A lot of people got short-term memory, but I remember Megan Thee Stallion said something about she was gonna protect Tory Lanez until he started disrespecting her. I know that. I've seen the video come out. Well, how this happened? I stepped on glass. Was somebody saying somebody got shot? I didn't get shot. She said she was gonna protect him until he started disrespecting her. I mean, I guess he got petty. She got pettier.
Megan Thee Stallion did what y'all expect black women to do when it comes to protecting black men from police brutality, and her life has not known peace since. She lied to protect that man that night. You guys know this happened in 2020 during the height of BLM. She lied to protect his life that night, and she has gained nothing from it. It actually made her life worse. Because if she hadn't lied that night, maybe things would have been different. This whole she stepped on glass thing, narrative would have been dead, right?
How scandalous is the UK just for them to allow Chris Brown to fly into their country, immediately arrest them, and say, yeah, baby, your money can't get you out of this because there's no bail. And I guess it's just your karma catching up with you, because Chris Brown, we actually was rooting for you, but it seems like you just do not know how to keep your hands to yourself. And although I thought you were trying to be a better person because I did not know about the assault in 2023, as soon as you screamed or put on social media free Tory, I totally understood that you did not change your ways. You still are advocating for abuse. And let's be for real, correct me if I'm wrong, looking back at his career, has Chris Brown ever advocated for women? His opinion has always leaned towards masculine toxicity. And I don't feel no ways tired. May Megan's ancestors continue to snatch these toxic men up by the neck.
Tell me who's sitting in the jail, who's not getting bail.
Can y'all stop trolling Meg? Y'all don't want to say it, but I feel like Tory and her people felt like her mom was gone, her daddy was gone, she ain't had nobody else that was gonna have her back, and they could get away with it. Instead, God had her back because he's sovereign, and everybody confused. Don't get weary in well-doing, because God will spin the block, okay?
Megan Thee Stallion is an Aquarius. Megan Thee Stallion is an Aquarius. Aquarius are ruled by the planet Saturn. If you fuck with them, the universe will fuck you harder. If you fuck with them, the universe will fuck you harder. If they fuck with you, the universe is gonna fuck them back. But I think we can see by the news outlet who got fucked hard. And you know, yeah. Karma works fast, and sometimes if it doesn't work fast for Aquarius placements, it's only moving that slow because it would be so much the ass whooping is gonna hit harder. You know when your parents would be like, wait till I get home, I'm you up, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that, because now you have anxiety all day, you having diarrhea, you can't think, you can't sleep, you know what I'm saying? You're so anxious, and then that ass is popped, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the situation that went down. The ass got popped. I don't know, I don't mean to smile, I'm not trying to pray on nobody's downfall, but I don't like people who treat women like shit. I cannot pretend to like them. White, brown, orange, yellow, green, I don't give a fuck what color you are. Respect women. Treat them like the queens that they are. Yeah. Bring back chivalry. Or that ass gonna get popped.
Saturn. You do not want to play with Saturn's children either.
Megan Thee Stallion's chart is ruled by Saturn. Yeah. She has 5 planets in her chart that the sign's planetary ruler is Saturn, okay? And namely her sun sign, which is an Aquarius. Listen, there's one thing that you can see about this. Saturn don't play with her, so you better not play with Saturn, okay? Listen, the karma of a Saturn-ruled sign comes back to you quick. So listen, don't play with Saturn, and Saturn won't play with you. But as we see, people have played with Saturn in Megan's life, and we see what has happened to them. Okay?
How is he going to get out without filing an appeal? You know, it really baffles me that we are still having this same dumbass conversation with all of you crazy ass, delusional ass, busy ass Tory fans. Y'all keep trying to spew these lies and make it seem like this man is fit to get out of prison and Megan did all of this lying when the facts are the facts. That shit that his team brought forward, it's all cap because the shit was presented during trial. What the fuck makes y'all think they gonna hide some shit to protect the black woman in trial? Like, that doesn't even make sense. What's even crazier to me is every time I see these dumbass dudes and females that are really campaigning for Tory and talking about how much Megan is a liar and she fits to go down and all this, there's one clip that I keep posting, and I'm gonna post it in here. For some reason, they cannot explain or give me an answer. Every time I post this one clip in their goddamn comments and I ask them to explain, there's crickets. Nobody can ever explain. So I'm gonna post it on here. See what that says? I'm gonna get out the way so y'all can see what the fuck that says. Okay? Let's use our brains here. That says, for all the internet nation's hysteria about alleged new evidence 2.5 years after a jury convicted Tory Lanez for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, his appeal sure is quiet. Nothing new has been filed since late last year. This is the docket activity in his main appeal. Do y'all see this? Why are y'all not asking yourselves, if he's so innocent and they got this new evidence that's really supposed to get him free from jail, why in the hell this shit ain't got submitted to the courts? The man has not submitted an appeal since late last year. If this man was innocent as y'all say, why are y'all not asking yourselves, why the fuck he telling us then they should be submitting this shit in, right? It's not submitted. He has not submitted none of this shit in appeal. When you would think if you really is innocent and you trying to come home, fuck social media. Let me send this shit to the appeal because I ain't already denied my ass. Let me send this shit back to the courts because I got their ass now. Like, that's common sense. And y'all are not using it. And y'all are not even able to justify this because it's a fact. His team has not submitted none of this. He's only submitted shit on social media to get y'all to run with this crazy ass narrative. Y'all gotta use logic. Tory's team is only doing this to sway public opinion. And I'll give it to y'all, it's working on a lot of y'all dizzy asses because y'all are uneducated. Y'all don't really think to actually do proper research to really find out the truth of the matter with this whole situation. This man got found guilty 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago, and you mean to tell me my mom and daddy know I'm innocent, and we got this new evidence that we done found all of a sudden, this new evidence that's gonna get me out, and I got kids out there. Why are we submitting this shit to social media? My mom and them gonna be like, I don't give a damn about no social media, go get my child. Who we need to send this to? Why are you submitting it to social media? You're not submitting none of this in an appeal. You know why he's not? Because it's cap. This is no new evidence. He's not submitting an appeal because he know they gonna deny his goddamn ass. Cause it's false. It is not new evidence. Like, how are y'all this dumb? Even if y'all think, Tory fans, even if y'all think and believe this is new evidence that can get him freed, ask yourself, why has he not submitted this shit to the courts? If he's really innocent, how he gonna get out without filing an appeal? He's not gonna get out of prison filing shit to social media. Y'all do recognize that, right? Do y'all know that? That 36 hours later website, that's not gonna get him freed. Them petitions, that's not gonna get him free. Prison don't work like that. You bitch, you don't just get to walk out. Do you know how many people that's incarcerated right now that's actually innocent and they going through the Innocence Project to help get them acquitted and freed and compensated for the days and years that they were incarcerated? And you think they just go and do research on social media and look at a website that they done built and they gonna say, oh yeah, let's get him out of there. That is not how the fuck that work. You're in prison. They're not crazy, baby. They know. And guess what? Tory team know it's a wrap. They know that. That's why they're only submitting the shit on social media. They know that. Tory know that. Y'all dumbasses don't know that. And guess what? They know y'all dumbasses don't know that. That's why y'all are so easily persuaded to believe the bullshit that y'all see getting played out online. Cause all you bitches is a bunch of magic school bus riding dizzy bitches. Probably dropped out in lunch. Motherfuckers had 8 periods a day and y'all probably went to 2. At the homeroom, y'all ass was outside smoking. Answer that question. If everything y'all saying is true, answer the question. Don't run from it. Why has he not submitted this shit to the courts? Why has it been since last year since he submitted a goddamn appeal? Why is this shit not submitted already? Cause he ain't going no motherfucking way. His ass is gonna be in there. But I will say, the way y'all president is freeing motherfuckers left and right, even hearing that he didn't take pardon Diddy off the table, I would not be surprised if Trump was to free Tory and Diddy. You know why? Because he knows that y'all really don't pay close attention to the shit that y'all should be focusing on, which is things that he's trying to pass that's gonna really fuck us all. So him freeing somebody like Tory or Diddy would be his token when really that type of shit would be used to distract y'all dumbass. And y'all gonna fall for it. And he know y'all will fall for some shit like this. So I can definitely see him freeing them just to keep y'all distracted and celebrating. I can definitely see him doing something like that. I ain't gonna even lie. That's the only way I can see him and Diddy getting freed, is if he pardoned their ass. And it's just sad because we all know y'all love to support abusers. Y'all love to support rapists. Y'all love to support the most egregious men with terrible track records to back who they really are. It ain't even like a one-time thing with these individuals that y'all still support and run behind. From Tory, Diddy, Chris Brown, R. Kelly, all of them, they have very terrible past. Their history shows exactly who they are. The white folks know y'all don't care, and y'all gonna still support their ass. So that's why it's easy to use them as a distraction. And I mean, I guess if that's a part of their strategy, I don't even blame them. But it's still sad at the same time because y'all are just ridiculous. Tory is not innocent. And if he is, why the fuck he submit the shit to social media and not the courts? Tory supporters, that's all I want to know. Answer the question.
Yeah, I love me a trapping ass, dark skin, country ass, got it out the mud, 610 thug ass, talk real slick, big gun ass. Pick a bitch up when we fuck, strong ass nigga.
Whole lot of fake ass, snake ass, backstabbing, hating ass, no money, getting ass bitches. Y'all acting really ungrateful, I'm sparing you hoes. I been coulda fucked y'all niggas. Whole lot of fake ass, snake ass, cake ass, hating ass, no money, getting ass niggas. I really been sparing you niggas, your girl hate me, cause I been shitting on y'all bitches. I'm the motherfucking I pop back, then they go. Bitch, your time up. These bitches only hot on. Yeah, bitches doing all that womp, 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 womp. Bitch, your time up. Why is you not clocking out? Doing shit for TikTok. Bitch, I'm really hip hop. They all know my shit hot. Ain't listen when your shit drop. All my diamonds dancing. I ain't need to make no TikTok. Bitch, your time up. Yeah.